We start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update. First of all, if you refer to our analysis in my last video, since the price was within this move exactly here, I mentioned if he wants to put this correction relative to this, the best thing is to get one more drop with the breakout of the previous low. Then any reversal from there, we can look for buy. And this is what we get. Okay. To look for trade, either we could have entry above the stop or we could more. The best things was to take the trade based on 15 minutes. All right. And whoever get the trade from here, if it's still there in the trade, at least move the stop loss to break even. All right, because at the first stage we have been looking at this one as a flat. That's why I mentioned we want to see, get one more drop before we get the reversal. Now the question is, what's the next? Whether this is the only flat in relative to this, and this is the start of the up move, and we can put this correction relative to this move, or we can expect this one turn to a deeper correction relative to this. That means still we are within this correction. That means still we can get one more drop before we get the reversal. Okay, the question and the reason is still we can put this one in relative to this since the price haven't dropped to 0.18. Okay, as long as the price haven't dropped to 1.18, still we can put this one in relative to this because I'm looking at the 61% of this move. Okay, now we want to see what's the next, which option we need to look for. Anyway, we start with daily chart. You want to see how we can look for trade and what we have been looking for. At the first stage, we have been looking for this one as a flat. That's why we mentioned if we get any reversal from here, we can take the trade. But as we can see, the way the price is reversing is very corrective. Okay, that's why this is what we get. That's why if we want to look for trade, we need to be quite careful because still we can expect this the price consolidate here similar to what we get here and one more drop. That means right now we can expect this one give us one move up. We see more complex correction here and we can see this flat since most of the chart, even the Bitcoin and ETH, we have a similar movement. Okay, it doesn't mean we cannot look for trade. We can look for trade based on lower time frame, but we should have the trade set up. And if it is not moving our direction, we shouldn't keep the trade without the stop loss. Because if this one turned to a flat, the next drop easily the price can break 0.15. Okay, now how we can look for trade if we move to forward chart, and if we move to forward chart, it is more clear that we can look at this one in relative to this, and the best things if the price drop at least drop to 0.18, then any reversal from there we can look for buy. Because if the price drop give us one more drop, then from there we want to see whether the price can break 0.18 or not. As I mentioned, it's 61% of this move. If the price can break, then mostly we can expect the price drop and even retest the 0.16 or 0.15. But if there was no breakout, any reversal from there, it can give us a really good trade. Okay, that means still we can expect the price give us one more drop. We need to be quite careful if we want to look for trade. Now, how we can look for trade? Because we have two options. Okay, because if we look at the chart as a first option, if this is the only flat and this is the start of the up move, if we wants to look for trade right now, having entry above this one can the only ways we can. I mean, the only way we can look for trade. All right, somewhere around 0.2, almost somewhere around 20 cents. And what we want the price, if the price continue from here as a sharp move, we want the price sharply break and continue. If the price tag we see is not moving within the first or maximum second hours, we are not going to keep the trade more than 2 hours. Okay, if you want to look at the first option, if this is the only of flat. Okay, and even for this case, if this one turn reverse as a corrective move, we are not going to get the trade by having entry above this. We need to see the sharp move and price break over, I mean tag over entry, break and continue. That means if the price reverses as a corrective move, we are not going to have entry above this. And beside that, if this one give us a correction, one more drop, this is where we can adjust our entry. Okay, whatever right now we're discussing is in relative to the first option. That means if this is the only option, only flat in relative to this, and if we consider this is the third wave. All right, but in the bigger picture, I mentioned the second option, we can put this one in relative to this. Still, we can expect to get one more drop. If we get one more drop at least retest the previous low, or the best is if the price drop to 18 cent. If there is no breakout, any reversal from there, we will take the trade. This is the best things. If the price, for me, if the price give me one more drop, that means I consider this one, the entire of this one, as a correction in relative to this. If I get one more drop with the breakout of the previous low, or at least the price drop to 18 cent, if I see there is no breakout, any reversal, I will take the trade. This is what I'm more interested to look for trade rather than having entry above this. It doesn't mean we cannot put our entry above this, but we need to have a better management. But if the price give me one more drop, this is the best things I'm looking for. Okay, because if we get one more drop at the when the price drop to 18 cent, then from there we see if there is a breakout and continuation, we just let it go, because we know if there is a continuation, then easily the price can drop to 16. But if the price cannot break the 18, any reversal from there, it can give us a better confirmation for the reversal. Okay, anyway, having entry above this, above here, as what we have, or somewhere around 0.201, can be an option. And in this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.